We are kicking off our zip trip season this morning. It's the first one. The crew has been out there all morning. And Jamarcus Gaston is in Brevard, North Carolina. J-Man, how's it going?
Well, Megan, it's going well. Of course, I love Brevard, North Carolina. They're getting excited for the White Squirrel Weekend. We're going to talk a little bit about white squirrels in a minute. We have Pisgah Penny here, an actual live white squirrel, and she's the mascot for this whole festival. Mayor Maureen is here to welcome us to the city of Brevard. Good morning to you, Mayor.
Hi, good morning, and we are so excited that you are here.
We're so delighted to be here for our first zip trip of the season, and it's one of my favorite places. Transylvania County is the land of waterfalls, artisans, markets, and you guys have the big White Squirrel Festival this weekend. Talk about how excited you are to have folks here for the White Squirrel Festival.
I'm very excited because, you know, people come from all over, and the white squirrels are very unique to Brevard, and as you can tell, we've got Penny here, but people will get to see the city, and they'll get to see our shops, and they'll get to see the beautiful mountains. They'll see the diversity and the independent businesses that make this such a special place.
And you're going to have food, you're going to have music, all types of things happening. Bring the kids out. Even if the weather is going to be great tomorrow, it's a perfect time to be in the mountains, I would say.
Right. A little bit of rain never hurt anybody.
And I want to thank you for your service too. You served in the military.
I was in the Navy for 30 years before I retired back to Brevard and got into politics.
Thank you for your service. I know this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, we're of course honoring those folks that gave their lives serving this country, but we also want to salute those that serve this country in any capacity. Thank you so much, and all the work that you've done to make Brevard a great place that people come in to enjoy the natural resources and festivals and all the great things that the mountains have to offer. I'm also joined by Sherry and Katie, and you guys are all things white squirrel. Jack mentioned albino, and I actually did a little research that it's not an albino squirrel. It is the white version of the typical black squirrel?
Gray squirrel.
Gray squirrel. So tell us what we need to know about the white squirrel.
Well, first of all, Pisgah Penny is our ambassador for the city, and she is actually taken over from her uncle Pisgah Pete, who passed away. Yeah. Unfortunately, he passed away last year, so she is now taking on these duties, and she embodies what our ambassador should be. She's curious, she's a little spunky, but she's also intelligent. She likes people, and so we just enjoy watching her come into her role as the ambassador.
And there are lots of places around town where people can spot white squirrels in the wild. I know there's a big story about how the white squirrels ended here. It has all types of the things you want to see in a movie of how it escaped and all of this. How did the white squirrels get to Brevard, North Carolina?
Well, it actually, Barbara Mulang, her uncle was down in Florida. Supposedly there was a circus that had an accident. They escaped into a pecan grove, and the Uncle Harry went down and got them, brought them back to Barbara. And Barbara had them for several years, and then they escaped and ended up mingling with our local gray squirrels. And through that mingling, we now have one of the largest white squirrel leucistic populations in the United States.
It's incredible. And people can support a nonprofit as well?
We can. We are actually the White Squirrel Institute, and our mission is preservation and conservation of the white squirrels and area wildlife. And we raise money through white squirrel adoptions.
Yeah.
And that money goes towards our rehabber. Sherry's our white squirrel rehabber, and it's for medicine, for food, for vet care, anything that it takes to take care of those animals. And so if people are interested, they can go to the whitesquirrelinstitute.org or adopt down at the visitor center on site, and that money again goes towards the care of our white
Awesome.
squirrels.
Well, thank you, ladies, for all that you do for our favorite prognosticator. We don't talk about Groundhog Day here in Brevard because Pisgah Penny is always the one that makes the big predictions around here. Thank you all so much for welcoming us here to Brevard for the White Squirrel Festival. We're going to have plenty more coverage here live in downtown Brevard as we get you ready for the festival and tell you what makes Brevard so special. Jack and Megan will send things back to you in the studio.
Love it, J-Man. Great little history of the white squirrel. That's good stuff.